can excel and be.
Good afternoon daw po, Mayor. Good afternoon.
So
Good afternoon.
continue to serve and love one another. Amen.
Hello. Hello.
Magandang hapon po.
Hello po, hello.
Good afternoon daw po, Mayor.
Good
afternoon
po, Mayor.
Good afternoon, Mayor.
Hello po, Mayor. Good afternoon.
Mayor.
Good afternoon,
Mayor.
Good afternoon.
Yorme.
Good afternoon po.
Afternoon po, Mayor.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon po,
Good
Mayor.
afternoon, Mayor.
Good afternoon po.
Afternoon po.
Hello po, Yorme.
Good afternoon po, Mayor.
Good morning.
Hi, Yorme.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Reminders for a few moments that as much as we are big fans, we have to respect certain your questions or your insights, whatever it is that you want to share. Aside, although okay na po yung mga good afternoon and I love you, Yorme, andyan na. Yes, so we can send the transcript if needed. It'll be like a love letter kind of thing or a fan wall. Yeah. So we also would like to extend our warmest greetings to Dr. Lourdes Montinola, our Chair Emeritus of the University. Good of you to join us po. Welcome po, Dr. Montinola. Okay. And to open our event is Dr. Rowena Reyes, Dean of the Institute of Arts and Sciences.
Dr. Yuntado, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you po, Dr. Reyes.
Our Honorable Mayor Francisco Moreno Domagoso III, FEU administrators, faculty, scholars, and about 400 students in the Zoom room. Good afternoon.
Ang dami.
Welcome to this very timely talk on local government response to the pandemic. It's part of FEU's 93rd founding anniversary celebrations. How appropriate that we have our very own Manila mayor to keep us abreast of the city's response to the pandemic. After all, along with a few, our mayor is a communicator. A quick scan of the major dailies would reveal the following headlines. Manila LGU gives 100,000 reward to over 200 barangays with no new COVID-19 cases. Isko Moreno to get vaccinated versus COVID-19 in public. Manila Mayor offers free COVID-19 swab tests for med students attending face-to-face classes. Just with these stories, you can already tell that Mayor Isko Moreno is bent on defeating COVID-19. But it's not surprising that Mayor Isko is at the forefront of pandemic response. In the last quarter of 2019, we, myself, and IAS Associate Dean Mark Isla, analyzed all 17 Metro Manila mayors' tweets. In the first 100 days of their term, we juxtaposed this against Section 16 of the Local Government Code of 1991, which states, and I quote, city mayors are expected to provide efficient and effective governance that is essential to the promotion of the general welfare of the local constituents within their respective territorial jurisdictions, unquote. The mayors align their executive and legislative agenda and plans based on the local government code. And so we investigated how our good mayor engaged with his constituents. In the 3 months of July, August, September of 2019, Mayor Isko Moreno always figured in the top 3 of most number of tweets themed according to the executive agenda on health, environment, education, politics, peace and order, arts and culture, governance, tax incentives, and everyone's favorite, #walang pasok. Fast forward to 2021, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are not just his. He would TikTok his vaccination plans, among others. He's present in traditional and new media, ensuring that all his stakeholders get the appropriate information needed to combat the harsh realities of COVID-19. Because of who he is, it is apt to end with a borrowed quote from Winston Churchill. The difference between mere management and leadership is communication, end quote. Once again, good afternoon and thank you for joining us. Let us heed the call of our 93rd founding anniversary theme, Continue Braving Boundaries. Magandang hapon.
23 years old. Mayor Isko also finished his 3 terms as city councilor. Despite his humble beginnings, Mayor Isko pursued and nourished his unwavering passion for learning. Not only did he read books about prominent world leaders, but he also learned a lot from think tanks. In 2012, Mayor Isko attended the Executive Education Program at John F. Kennedy School of Government in Harvard University. A year later, he finished the Emerging Leaders Executive Program, also in the same university. Furthermore, Mayor Isko completed the Oxford Strategic Leadership Program inside Business School at the University of Oxford. He is also a product of the Executive Education Program in the University of the Philippines, National College of Public Administration and Governance. Mayor Isko Moreno received his Doctor of Humanities in Community Development degree from the Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila in the year 2014, a fitting recognition for his 18 years of community service while serving Manila as City Councilor and Vice Mayor. With this background, he was appointed by President Rodrigo Duterte as Undersecretary of the Department of Social Welfare and Development. Prior to this, Mayor Isko Moreno was also appointed by President Duterte as the Chairman and President of the North Rail Corporation. Mayor Isko studied law at the Arellano University School of Law 3 years after graduating from International Academy of Management and Economics with a degree in Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. Some of the prestigious awards and recognitions he received include the Gusi Peace Prize, the Most Outstanding Filipino in the Field of Public Service Award from Gawad America Foundation, an institution based in Hollywood, California, USA, Volvo's PH Iron Mark Award, Breakthrough Award by Man at His Best, Esquire, and in 2019, he also earned a spot in the top 10 men who matter by People Asia magazine. In November 2020, San Beda University also conferred an honorary Doctor of Laws degree on Mayor Isko. The Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, is the university's highest academic rank and honor, which is awarded to individuals who have shown outstanding contribution in public service by upholding the rule of law. For 2 consecutive years, Mayor Isko also received the Man of the Year Award by Asia Leaders Awards, and he was recognized as the People's Choice Awardee by People Asia for the year 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to present to you the man who grew up in the slums in Tondo, Manila, who is now tasked to rebuild the capital city of the country, the total rock star.
Chairman, Michael Alba, University President, Maria Teresa
Saan ko na lang itong sound
Trinidad Pino, Senior Vice President, Mirna Quinto, Vice President, Enoroso Pamintan, Assistant Vice President, at lahat ng members ng faculties, officers, and non-teaching personnel, and the students of FEU. Magandang araw sa inyo. Una, maraming salamat that you put interest in the city government's effort to really revive what have been lost since the 60s. Pag yung mga estudyante rito, kapag ginihimji nyo, i-google mo ganda, malalaman ninyo na talagang ang heyday ng Maynila ay nung hindi pa tayo pinapanganak, including me. But be that as it may, there's an opportunity in this adversity. As the saying goes, you can utilize your adversity in your advantage. It goes to everyone, not only to the government. But may awa nga ang Diyos, sana talaga muling makita yung sigla ng Kapitolyo ng bansa. This is a window of opportunity, center of excellence. As I had mentioned a few days ago, of their field of undertakings, lahat sila dito halos nanggaling sa Maynila. And I think, with what's happening right now, with the high demand of our medical frontliners to be in the front lines to take care of infected person because of this dreadful disease, coronavirus, we need more hand or logistical capacity. And we cannot afford to create vacuum for 1 year, not producing doctors and nurses or any other allied courses in the medical field. Kaya ako nasabi, this is the center of excellence with regard to education. So anyway, instead of me making speeches, I think there's a lot of questions in your mind, and I would rather try to answer it to the best of my ability. Hi, happy Valentine, Yorme. Happy Valentine's din pala sa inyo. Malapit na. Galaw-galaw ang mga walang jowa, no? Punta kayo sa Mehan Garden, marami kayo makakalawit doon. Pasyal-pasyal kayo. But anyway, so I would rather listen to your questions, and I'll do my best to clarify things, state facts, especially so far naman, just a brief, no? Alam ko naman ang major concern ninyo is the pandemic, the infection. Sa awa ng Diyos, with the most dense city, if not in Asia, but in the country per square kilometer, is Manila. Despite of the challenges, social, demographically speaking, ang Maynila sa 4 na buwan na nakararaan ay patuloy na namimintina an average of 350 infection. Kaya salamat sa Diyos, salamat sa taong bayan at natututo na silang magdisiplina. So anyway, to the host, I'm now willing to answer queries from our students. If we can share some information. May nagtanong na yata, yung Yorme, anak niyo po sa Valentine's. No, binata pa siya. Si Joaquin. O pasyal kayo sa Mehan. May nalay kami sa inyo as another tawag dyan. Available open green space for you to celebrate this heartful month of February. So, Madam Host, kayo na pong bahala, Dr. Dominic, please.
Well, a lot of the remarks po, karamihan po ay mga comments po, tsaka I think they pass more as personal questions. Rather than talking about local government in the pandemic, mas lumalabas po siya as parang AMA, Ask Me Anything. Yung dating niya. So we'll go in a series of.
Ayan, I see how ano meron ako nakita. How do you stay mental health?
Yes, how do you keep your mental health stable while organizing the city?
Well, there is no perfect rule on addressing your psychological and emotional quotient. There are people who are good in IQ, and there are people who are also knows how to sustain their EQ, emotional quotient. But in this case, with regard to the question, mental health, I have to be fair with our student. I'm still a human being. I get stress, definitely, home, personal, and here in City Hall. And that is a daily thing, a daily dose of stress, especially when I'm in office. Because as we all know, 2.4 million nighttime population, more or less, and 3 million daytime population is expecting from their government to perform better, to do their duties and functions. And it may go beyond the call of duty, the 8-hour thing, no? Beyond that, the working hours, create some innovative ideas and adapting quickly, learning and absorb as much as possible in a short period of time things that you don't know. No? So, mahalaga yon. And put it into action because you will never know kung hindi mo susubukan, and you must expect failure so not to frustrate yourself. Because giving yourself with high expectations, naturally, as human being, we may make mistakes and create anxiety in your mind because your expectation was not reached. No? Kaya kailangan lang, and I think history books will tell us that in times of war, no, like this, we are at war with the virus, the people, no, is at war with the virus. Movement creates high probability of surviving. Is stagnation, it will kill you in the middle of the battlefield. So applying that historical approach done in the past, in some scenario, today's challenges, mas madaling na-manage yung mental health. Kasi when I do something, I expect that I'm going to fail. So if failure will not come, then there is little success. And with success, we innovate. We reach as many as possible. If untested ideas being implemented and put it into actions, and it benefited the people and addresses problem solution, no? Then we go on. Yun ang naging ano natin, yun ang naging panlaban ko sa stress. And of course, at the end of the day, if you say thank you, it energizes us, not only me, we in the government. Simple 2 words or appreciation from the people keeps us inspired. Leaders don't only inspire the people, but the people can inspire the leaders. That I believe. Kumbaga, both ways yan. No? So, if you appreciate things, thank you very much. We'll continue it. We'll make it better. Ganun ang pag-unawa ko na lamang. Kasi totoo naman, maraming mga kababayan natin, buryong na. Yung whether local government or national government. So sa mga estudyante dyan na maaring nabuburyong na kayo, maaring nabubwisit na rin kayo in shortcomings ng gobyerno, maaring naiingayan na kayo sa away ng mga magkakapartido, kulay-kulay, kampi-kampi sa kulay, tapos sila na lang ang naririnig nyo at hindi na kayo ang naririnig, no? Huwag nyo muna silang pagpapansinin. Yung kinakarap natin, huwag nyo muna masyadong dibdibin. When I say huwag dibdibin, hindi naman tayo pwede magpabaya. What I'm saying is, let us learn how to live with COVID-19 every day, adapt, and learn how to go back to work safely. Acceptance is the first step. No? Yun ang unang-unang importante sa atin. May problema, tinatanggap natin ang problema. Because if we keep on denying ourselves of facts and reality, then magiging stressful lalo ang buhay ninyo. Siyempre, lalo na yung mga mag-aaral. Ang hirap nowadays. No? Going online, this is not your environment. And in fact, I believe this is not a good environment to educational institution na nasa bahay ang mag-aaral. the best way for us to learn more than the academics is to learn our environment by going out there in our community, in school and outside of school, engaging people, learning from their experience, from their stories. You know, these are healthy environment for any students who wanted to acquire some knowledge, academically and life experience. So, but for now, let us not expect that things will come soon, but we must move on. No? Ngayon naman, yung madalas ngayon, may nababalitaan ako dahil hindi nagpapangita yung mga magjowa, nagkakaroon ng additional depression, ang mga utaw o mga bata. Naku, Diyos ko, kayo mag-alala. Basta niloko kayo na syota nyo, palitan nyo agad. Move on agad. Huwag nyo masyadong intindihin kasi I think like us in the government, if we focus on our task on hand, no? And look at the other things as noise, no? Then madali mong matatahak yung landas. Like kayo, bilang mag-aaral, ang focus nyo, task on hand is to learn. A lot of people surpass or survive those experience of yours or na-experience nyo sa kasalukuyan. Pero kailangan lang ilagay natin sa isip na mahirap. So pag alam natin mahirap, so we'll be expecting some turbulence and stumbling blocks along the way so that we will prepare our hearts and minds, no? Para hindi naman tayo masyadong napofrustrate sa buhay.
Thank you for the words of wisdom, po, Yorme. So we have a question with regards the vaccination process. So, pwede po ba magpa-vaccine sa Manila even if we're from the province? This is a question from Lian Castillo.
Okay, this is what's going to happen, and we've been doing this. The policy of the city government is to adopt as many as possible. Naman ay yung mga pansamantalang nakatira sa syudad. No? And those who will come in and out of the city. So if we can reach them, mayakap namin as many as possible, yun yung aming goal. Kaya nakita ninyo ang swab testing namin is free for everyone. To anybody, especially to those who are exposed, considered probable, or suspected COVID-19 patients. And also, those who just want peace of mind, we offered them that. Because hindi nyo mabibili yan sa Mercury Drug. Yung agam-agam ninyo na kung kayo may COVID-19, no? Na hindi nyo alam. So you're just buying peace of mind. Welcome po kayo sa Maynila. Yeah. Having said that, your city government has been pursuing and trying to acquire the vaccine. Even on the second phase of trial, this is on record. International pharmaceutical company can attest to this. In fact, just to state a fact, no? I think we were the first to engage them. That was July of last year. We've been pursuing them up to their third phase of trial. No? Na naging successful, it became now, they were granted EUA. In this case, in our country, dalawa na, no? AstraZeneca and Pfizer. Now, will I vaccinate non-Manilans? Yes. Unahin ko lang, in fact, if you are staying in Manila, you can use temporarily your barangay. Just register to www.manilacovid19vaccine.com. It was launched December 31. Now we have about 80,000 who are pre-registered. And I encourage each and every one of you, those who decide to get vaccinated, no, to get the vaccine, to pre-register because mas mabilis yung sistema. At pag mas mabilis yung sistema, mas episyente kami bilang pamahalaan. But don't worry, sa Manila pwede kayong choosy. Pwede magbago ang isip ninyo. Hindi namin kayo pipilitin na magbakuna. But if you're going to ask me, as the father of the city, I encourage you. In fact, I cannot blame you if you have doubts. And that's good if you have doubts because ang mangyayari dyan ay kayo'y magsisiyasat. And I encourage that, yung magsiyasat kayo. Diba? More than naririnig nyo sa kapitbahay mong mema. Yung mema sabi lang. O kaya yung kontrapartidong politikal lamang na away-away nila. You listen to authorities, like in this case, local government, the best mode of acquiring news or facts is from the horse's mouth. In the case of national government, of course, our leaders, no, not from your friends and don't ever consult anybody except doctors who knows it very well. They know better than me. In fact, I get my datas based on scientific evidence and journals that are acceptable with the country of good reference. In our world, been praying na matagpuan ng bakuna. Usually, ang bakuna natatagpuan mga 3 to 5 years. But God answered our prayers. Natagpuan ng bakuna na sa lalong madaling panahon. At sinertipikahan ng mga ahensya ng iba't ibang bansa at katulad ng bansa natin, mga regulatory agencies, na ito ay ligtas naman. So having said that, if that is my premise, that vaccines that will be utilized must submit themselves to regulatory agencies and we must continue to believe in our system. Dalawa lang ang pagpipilian ninyo when you're trying to assess the situation and before you decide. For now, you are 100% and I am 100% exposed to a probable or possibility of being submitted to the bad part of getting infected COVID-19, which is the severe situation. Remember, let me put that in right perspective. There are 3 types of situation of a person who got infected. And these are facts. 1, asymptomatic. You're a carrier, but you don't show symptoms. And that's very dangerous to others, not to that person. Kaya, mas maagang malaman, which is through testing, mas maganda to protect his loved ones or her loved ones and the community. 2, symptomatic. You have symptoms. Then you must be in the COVID bed facility. And this normally is a hospital setting. The 3rd, which you don't want to wish, and I don't want to wish, is a severe condition. Severe condition, you will be in the ICU. Chances are, this is not a guarantee, but chances are, you'll be in a 50-50 situation. So it's either mabuhay ka or abo ka nang lalabas. Sad to say. And it's been happening. Nakikiramay ako sa 700 mahigit na pamilya ng Batang Maynila na sumakabilang buhay dala ng COVID-19 infection. So, kaya we are at 100% at risk. There are questions in your mind. Yorme, ba't naman ako kukuha ng 50%? Yorme, ba't naman ako kukuha 72% or 74%? Pwede naman akong 94%, 95%. Okay, tama rin yun. Tama ring tanong nyo sa sarili ninyo. Well, this is my position. Given a chance that I may be allowed already to take mine because I'm no medical frontliners, no? If I'm going to be given an opportunity, ASAP, may lumabas na bakuna, sertipikado, nasa kamay na natin, nasa palad na natin, no? Whether it is 50%, 72%, 74%, 94%, 95%, babakunahan ko sarili ko. Why? And I will remind you of the principle of temperature. Anything above 0 is positive. So, kung bakunado ako, bakunado ka, whether Sinovac, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Gamaleya, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, and all other available vaccine, as long as lumanding at sertipikado ng mga regulatory agencies that those doctors and nurses or specialists, scientists in that agency affix their signature that this product is safe, para bang bulletproof, no? Maaari ka pa rin ma-impeksyon ng COVID-19 kahit ikay may bakuna na. Kaya hinikayat na mag-mask pa rin. No? Pero, given a chance, ayon sa mga pag-aaral ng mga scientifico, kapag ikay bakunado na, may panlaban na ang katawan mo. Kapag may panlaban na ang katawan mo, malaki ang chance ang hindi ka mapunta sa severe situation. I hope maliwanag yun sa atin lahat. Kaya importante talaga ang pagtatanong at ang pagtatanong ng tamang tanong. No? Yun yung isang challenge sa paggogobyerno. No? You should know how to ask the right question so that you will have the right answer, whether it is favorable or not, but it is the right answer. So, yun po ang ating sitwasyon. Are we ready as a city government? That's the next question. O sige, Yorme, maliwanag na sa amin. Ano yung magiging decision namin? So, these are our choices. We can be 100% exposed or a little percent exposed to danger or possible death. No? Dahil alam natin may death eh. Walang issue dun eh. Alam natin may death. Are we ready? Yes, we are. We have conducted the first simulation in the country at 20, second simulation at 1,000 in the community. We have built the first local government unit owned storage facility which will be launched tomorrow. Ang mga estudyante, naka-scoop kayo ha. Ilo-launch na tomorrow. And we have bought 12 refrigeration, biomedical refrigeration, across the board. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong +2, +8, -10, -25, -30, and -86. So pag yan, itinama ninyo sa mga produktong nakalathala sa mundo, no? Nailathala na. It can be for AstraZeneca, Sinovac, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, nabanggit ko na ba yung AstraZeneca, and Pfizer. We are ready to deploy. The last question is, maybe in your mind, when? Kanina, are we ready? Siguro, when? Yan din ang sagot. Yung tanong ko na yan din ang tanong ko sa sarili ko, when? But, I have good news for you. The national government is working really hard through Secretary Galvez to acquire more than on top of what we have acquired with the promise and commitment that it can be delivered on September. Across the board naman to sa mga local government unit. In worst scenario, September. In a good scenario, June. Best scenario is March. Yung order namin. Ngayon. Pero, para rin sa kaalaman ng mga mag-aaral, no, at mga audience dito, meron tayong tinatawag na solidarity agreement. We are a signatory as a country. Ito yung tinatawag na equal share sa vaccine under COVAX. And COVAX is, I think, ang involved for now is Pfizer and AstraZeneca, which is so happen that Pfizer and AstraZeneca already got an EUA, an Emergency Use Authority. And let me be clear, EUA, so this is not, this is different, I think may mga doktor naman dito, this is different from product registration, approved product registration. EUA is being used na sinertify lang na safe yung product and it can help cool news. So yun ay ibabakuna muna sa ating mga medical frontliners. And it will happen first in Manila. So from there we will learn. We will learn a lot of things. The time and motion that we have learned in the simulation, all other shortcomings that we have learned in the simulation, this is now live. No? Then, saka tayo pipick up ng ating facing. Paano tayo magbibilis? At whether you're in a dormitory, I don't mind. Kahit saan sulok pa kayo ng Pilipinas. As long as you're in Manila, we will try to take care of you. So that will make your parents, loved ones in the provinces to feel that there is government in the city of Manila who will be there with you side by side. We may have some shortcomings. It may not be a perfect solution, but we will continue to offer solution and we will never stop. And if we fail, we will learn immediately from and lessons that we can learn from the failure and move on. No? Kaya sa mga kaibigan ninyo, sabihan nyo sila, hinikayat ko kayo, walang pilitan walang pilitan. Pwede juicy, magparehistro kayo sa Manila COVID-19vaccine.com.
So you heard that, fellow Tamaros. Just a sidebar topic before I forget it and before we proceed to the next question. I hope you're listening well because our mayor here just gave the perfect example of what constitutes persuasive communication and critical thinking. Okay. So since we have this going up on Facebook Live and it's going to be archived on Facebook, you might want to revisit some of the portions and look at how finely structured, and it's practically effortless on his part, which makes it all impressive. Yes. So
Thank you.
Only the truth, sir, without wax. Okay. So, Mayor, ask ko lang po, is there a chance po ba na hindi lang medical students ang bibigyan niyo po ng free swab test po? This is from Kirsten Tanatan.
Yes. It's not a chance. It's been ongoing. So, ulitin ko, no? Ang unang struktura ng requirements ng polisiya ng IATF, which we never changed. Sabi, swab test ang suspected and probable. May category yan, may level of category yan. Yung technical aspect niyan, you don't need to know. Basta if you fall on that, you need to be tested. The other one is an additional approach of the city to lower the anxiety level of individuals. No? Kaya ko nasabi sa inyong peace of mind. Kasi, as much as possible, I try to listen to people and to get their thoughts and feelings. We've been seeing numbers at the time that masyadong mataas yung level ng anxiety. Sabi ko, let's give them peace of mind. So, anytime, if kinabahan ka, oh shit, nadali yata ako. Oh, naku, lagot. Ano ba itong nararamdaman ko? COVID na ba ito? Ano bang? Yung medyo nag-alala ka talaga. Nag-alala. I mean, especially when you see your friends and you were informed that they turn out to be positive, then you try to think kailan kayo nagkasama o baka gaano kayo kalapit and so on. Those are anxieties, no? And you need peace of mind. You go and if you have 3 is November. Hindi. Serology yung tinira ko. June yun. So more or less about 6 months. Let's just be fair. Oh, mga 6 months. So you go there. No? Or go to our hospital. In your case, FEU, and if you're living in the dormitory, go to Sampaloc Hospital, nearby, or Hospital ng Maynila, or preferably, Hospital ng Santa Ana. We can have you tested there. And it's free. And it's going to be free. It's free on day 1, March of 2019, and it's going to be free. Sabi ko sa inyo, yung bimpo, pipigain ko ng pipigain hanggat maaari. Hanggat may mapipiga. So, libre po. May nagtanong kanina parang dumaan. Ano daw yung website ng pre-registration? Ulitin ko po, no? And I hope you don't mind FEU. You can share it to them. www.manilacovid19vaccine.com. One word. Dire-diretso lang. Yun yung pre-registration. And don't lose your phone. That's the only way we can contact you. That's why there is an OTP. Ano yan, tapos, ang maganda dyan, mga estudyante, meron na yung passport. Automatic, magkakaroon kayo ng ID that you can use anytime. If there is doubt coming from other person, kayo bakunado ba o hindi, you can have a proof that you were vaccinated on this day with lot number, brand, doctors, and doses. Kasi, just to be sure and be frank about you, I think Johnson & Johnson had a better doses. I mean, better vaccine in terms of doses. Kaya lang matagal pa siyang darating. Iniisip pa dyan mga katapusan pa ng taon. 1 dose lang sila eh. Pero lahat halos ng bakuna ngayon, puro 2 doses. So, kaya abatan ninyo. Daig ng maaga pang masipag.
Thank you for that, Yorme. Before proceeding with the related inquiry, we would like to acknowledge the presence of Attorney Gianna Montenola. She's the Senior Vice President for Corporate Affairs. Magandang hapon po, Attorney. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Gianna.
So we have a student who's asking if F2F na rin po ba yung allied health ng FEU? Oh, so that's face-to-face. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good question. And I've been seeing a lot of questions about face-to-face. Okay. Mapansin ninyo, modesty aside, medyo aggressive kami. Because I believe in you. I really believe in people. All you have to do is to tell them straightforward, A, B, C, D. Clearly. 1, 2, 3, 4. You just tell them what they need to do as responsibility for them. Yung inatang mo ba, yung responsibility sa kanila, and they know their responsibility, and how to be compassionate with others by understanding and respecting others. So, banking on you is a risk. It's really a risk from the government. But if I'm not going to trust my constituents, why would they trust me? Diba, love begets love. Respect begets respect. So that's all face-to-face of a graduating class of medical school and allied courses. At in-specify doon, muna, yan, ito yung maganda dito, no? Kasi tama rin naman to, while we're aggressive, we're also conservative in our rules, aggressive in trusting people to open businesses and function as normal as possible. Kasi ayaw ko nga ng stagnation eh. Hindi ako naniniwala sa wait and see, wait and see, wait and see. Puro wait lang yan, wala kayong masisi. No? Yung ganyan ang mangyayari dyan. No? So, nakalagay doon, doctors, nurses, PT, midwifery, and health something. Mga 5 colleges ang binuksan. So yun ang piniyagan ko. 4th year. Then start from there. Na responsable tayong mamamayan. Because we try to live with COVID-19 and be responsible. And show it to the world. Show it to the country that it can be done. And we're doing it in Manila. Then I think you will have the ear and hearts of our leaders to go on normalcy. Kasi yun ang gusto ko talaga. Gusto ko lumabas na kayo ng bahay. Yung, alam mo yung responsable ka lang. Hindi naman yung parang katulad yung minsan may nag-propose na 10 years old, 15 years old. Hindi ko pa makuha yung logic eh. But college, producing professionals, the backbone of any country. Isang taon, vacuum, medyo mukhang kailangan natin balansehin ang mga desisyon natin, which we tried and did to balance everything. Madali naman eh. Alam mo, sa totoo lamang, ang dali lang nung patutupad sa inyo ng CHED ng mga parameters. And I believe that students, siguro naman, hindi kayo umabot ng 4th year kung may hinahina, di ba, ang pagkaunawa. Kasi naipasa nyo na yung mga asignatura ninyo. Napasa nyo na yung mga subjects ninyo. So, I believe that you know already the risk. Okay. Now, let's talk about the risk. I only know 2 things about risk. Risk avoidance doesn't give you anything. Any result? No. No result. No negative result. No positive result. That's why I believe, personally, risk should be managed. I hope you understand that the difference between mayor alone, but as human, I value also my life. So we shared the same risk. I shared to you yung agam-agam ninyo. Kaya yun yung... So, dandahanin lang natin. Tingin ko ang matter of time. And this is very unique. This is unique in the country. Pero worth the try. Tingin ko uubre. Tingin ko naman yung mga estudyante 7 times. And the recent was 2 days ago with 2 people close to me. Close. Like, not on a personal level, like physical. Because of a mask, I was saved. They turned out to be positive. I turned out to be negative. So the point is, doable, duplicable, manageable. I'm not saying I want to get COVID and go out there and try to talk to people physically, be there in the field for just purposes of pictures. No, there's a statement behind those actions. You try to communicate to your people that you're there in the battlefield, in danger zones, and showing them, if you're afraid to get infected, I am also, but we must move on. We must continue. We must do long-term projects, mid-term projects. Yung mga low-lying fruits should be offered, and while we continue with our day-to-day activities with regard to fighting against this pandemic, no? So yung ako mismo, alam mo, sa totoo lamang, hindi naman sa magtotologisan lang tayo. Dito lang ako sa Oblo. na nandoon ka from time to time. And it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. Ay, sabi ko nga sa inyo, ang reason ko, dalawa, nung isang araw lamang. There is danger. But it cannot live in fear. We have to manage the risk. Pero sa awa pa rin ng Diyos. Huwag naman, Diyos ko. Naninigarilyo pa naman ako. Malamang may hinabaga ako. Hindi ko naman pinapangarap na may infect. But I have to do what I have to do. I have to do what I need to do because you are expecting from your government. This is the time for us to fulfill our oath. Diba? Ting Lunes, sumusumpa kami. Panatang makabayan. Yeah? And we took an oath to really do the service. And this is the high time for us to show that. Small steps, baby steps, big actions, whatever. Kaya, ingat-ingat lang. Kaya tingin ko kaya nyo rin. Ako, naniniwala ako. I have to trust that yung alam mo yung instinct minsan. Matalino na ang tao. 11 months. Ang dami na lang kwentong napanood. Ang dami na lang kwentong narinig. At hindi ito basta kwento lamang. Kwentong totoo. Kaya alam nila yung danger. And even the professors, of course, knows it already. So everybody knows. And everybody learned. And we can be safe. As long as we're responsible. And we are not only responsible to ourselves, but we practice compassion. Yung malasakit sa kapwa. Kasi by doing self-discipline, is being compassionate to others already.
So for those who were asking, we went over your inquiries and some of them have already been addressed in the previous questions in the form of pearls of wisdom, so to speak. We have one message and inquiry from an anonymous student. Okay. So, good afternoon, Mayor Isko. I'm a proud Manileño through and through. I was raised and born here in Manila. Perhaps the whole country have a question, and it's been on my mind just as well. I'm speaking for myself here. Kayo po ba ay tatakbo sa pagkapangulo ngayon darating na 2022? Salamat po.
Okay. And I've been answering this for quite some time. And as future leaders who are our guests, I mean, like viewers right now, students, no? You can be leaders of your field of undertaking. You can be in politics and be president also. You can be doctors and nurses. And I know for a fact that all of you will have a better future. Just to be fair with you, lahat kaming mga politiko, the moment sinausaw namin ng paa namin, no? Sa putik ng politika or sa kalsada ng politika, lahat kami at the back of our mind is to get to the highest position. It's like a career. Like you guys who are watching right now. Yeah? Meron din kayong pangarap. Lawyers wanted to be a chief justice. Doctors want to be directors of hospitals. Or the best in a particular field in medicine. Yeah? You always aim for the number one. So I think kami rin mga politiko na sa likod ng isipan namin. And just to be fair with you, and I'm one of those. No? It is ano yan, nasa, anong tawag yan? Subconscious. Why? Why is it in subconscious but hindi naman sa present, like, hindi na lang sabihin kung sabihin. Unang-una, sa totoo lang, ang dami ko nakikita ngayong mga post-post. I think it's quite unfair for you to listen to politicians' dream with regard to their personal growth. Unfair, mukhang unfair lang sa inyo. Kasi what you should be hearing, well, at the very least, hope. And hope turns into action. Actions give results. I think yun ang dapat nyong marinig. Dapat na makita. When I say dapat, it's a requirement from us who's managing it. Kaya I tend to not to really focus or very patient on me, especially nung masama pa ako mag-English, napakasama ako mag-grammar. Matyaga yung mga teacher ko nagtuturo sa akin. 9 na buwan na lang, magkakaalaman na. Then, let me answer that in the right time. Vaccination is the solution for this nation. And we, all of us, should focus on how to protect you with this virus. And so far, PPE is the only protections that we have. And there is another available protection, which is the vaccine. So ako talaga nanggigigil na tusukin ng mga balikat na o mga braso natin to other people, to those people who answered the surveys and making me as an option or alternative. No. But there is time for that. I will confront it. I will not, hindi ko gagawin yung, alam mo yung, kunwari ayaw, pero gusto. Nabili na yun eh. Yung, hindi ko kayo ilalagay sa waiting game. We have to be decisive with our decision. Kailangan, oo, hindi. Because I think the next leaders of this country should be facing, if I may borrow, the statement of Senator Ping Lacson, 17% will go to jobless, going to be jobless. 30% of our population will go to hunger. That's why, if I'm not asking too much, tingnan po ninyo mga kababayan. Kung meron man taga Maynila dito, nilusad ko na yung ginawa natin plano noong Disyembre for the year 2021, yung COVID-19 FSP. Banking that there will be inflation, banking that food prices will go higher based on theories and academic background that I have received in the past, assessing things. Oh, now it's true. O, kita nyo, dati pag bumili ka ng baboy, kumain ka ng baboy, ma-high blood ka. Ngayon, bibili ka pala, na-high blood ka na. Nakita natin, ang sama. That's why the FSP was launched today. More or less every month will receive something. And hopefully we can stretch it up to 6 months. Para lang yung value ng pera ninyo, na konti na lang nabibili, yung iba doon pinuna ng gobyerno ng Maynila. So you can check now, District 1 is receiving it. Maybe tomorrow, District 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're trying to address in less than 2 weeks of February, about 690,000 families in the city of Manila. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman, walang middle class. Lahat yayakapin ng Manila. So my point saying that is, if there are stated facts and there are assessment already about what's going to happen in the next few months, maybe a year or 2, then yung leader na pipiliin natin ay hindi pwedeng magagalit-galitin. Hindi pwedeng matatampu-tampuhin. Hindi po pwedeng may tantrums. No? Hindi pwedeng divisive. This is not about language. This is about humanity. This is about people, real lives. This is not about regions. This is not about islands. This is about Filipinos. And there's 110 million of them in the Philippines and all over the world. So it's a great challenge. to anybody. Now, wala tayong mapipiling. Wala tayong mapipili na sapat. Na, including me, I don't have all the answers in all these existing, continuing, and incoming challenges of our country and fellow Filipinos. Okay. But one thing for sure, I don't like leaders who are divisive, with all honesty. Because, ewan ko, tingnan nyo sa tanong nyo sa mga estudyante nyo ngayon. No, nagugulat din ako. Doon, gusto ko lang tumawa doon eh. Ang dami yung napapatawa sa akin doon eh. So the point is, it's an idea in our mind, all of us. But I'm giving you, whether I am going to hindi lang sa kalidad ng kanyang karunungan o profesyon, kailangan naunawaan niya yung tao. Kailangan connected sa tao. At hindi nag-alienate. I don't like it. I really don't like those person who alienate. So, if I'm going, let's move forward. No? Let's move forward. Let's just, hypothetically, we'll do that kind of policy. Inclusive lang. Sama-sama. Nobody will be left behind. Not on the basis of your language, not on the basis of your tribe, not the basis of your religion. You are all Filipino. We are all Filipinos. And let me remind you, lalo na yung mga estudyante ngayon, nobody came to us. Pansinin nyo, walang nagpunta sa atin. Tayo, nagkita sa finals sa pandemyang ito. Can we blame our allies? Can we blame our other countries? No, we cannot. We cannot. We have to be fair with them. They have also challenges. That's why they call it pandemic. It's a worldwide challenge. No? That's why tayo nagkita sa finals. Tapos may kulay-kulay ang buhay natin. Pwede naman itabi yun. We have to be inclusive. Tabi-tabi muna yun. Ano muna tayo? Filipino, kapwa Filipino. It is not a motherhood statement. It's a gentle reminder that our forefathers said. Ulitin ko lang ha. Ito ine-echo ko lang. This is not my idea. No. Diba? Sabi ng mga ninuno natin, pag malasakitan natin ang kapwa natin. Then, because of this pandemic, napakita sa atin, walang dumating. Tayo nagkita sa finals. Then we should start understanding and respecting one another. We should not be divisive because we live in one island and we don't like the other islands. No. In fact, by its very nature, Philippines is an archipelagic country. We are being divided by nature, so we should not divide ourselves in hearts and mind. Yeah? We must, and I encourage each and every one of you, let's create an orchestra composed of different instruments, playing one music in synchrony. And that's what kind of leaders that we need nowadays. Without hate, without biases. Welcome to listen to different kinds of political colors and can put different political views and put it in the table and let them sit and talk about it and set aside it and move on and focus on tasks at hand. And again, I think if there will be economists who are watching this or who understand economics, 4.2 inflation from regular 3+ in inflation makes a lot of difference. To put it in layman's term, tingnan nyo ang presyo, nagkaka-leche-leche, di ba? All the things, no? o other policies. Sabi ko, ang dami nang ini-introduce sa mga policy ngayon. Pwede namang itabi muna yung mga belt na yan. Ano, let's just focus on something. But I cannot blame them. That's their role and maybe goal. But that's why I want you to come together, put it in sidelines. We must pick a leader who can work with, ito, importante, with different political views and political colors. Because politics is the art of creating concession. That is the art. Concessions that will benefit the general welfare of our people. Yun yung art. And you cannot do that if you have prejudice and alienating based on language, tribes, and political views. Hindi ako naniniwala. Yun yung aking take dyan. Pero huwag kayo mainit. Meron namang panahon para dyan. I will think it over and over and over. But for now, I swear to God, thank you. Akalain nyo, basurero lang ako. Yung maging mayor lang ako, ang laki ng blessing. Not every garbage collector, literally, from the gutter, slum, na maging mayor. Tapos ngayon kinukonsider ninyo ako. Salamat sa inyo. I'm really grateful. I will tell this to my children someday, that I was once considered by the people. Whether I will say yes or no, that's a matter of time. And that's going to be sooner. Of course, it's going to be sooner. But for the meantime, I will tell them, I was considered blah, 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 and so on and so on. That's why, let me thank you personally. Don't lose hope. May awa ang Diyos. This is not an easy decision that I'm going to make. Because your life, it's at stake in the coming months, years, and the next 6 years of our life.
Thank you very much for the colorful discussion, Mayor Isko. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the past hour,
Pasensya na mga
we have
estudyante
had
ha.
questions.
Masyadong seryoso yung talk. But it's a serious question kasi. Baka nabore ko kayo.
But you were sharing the truth. I'm sure everybody here is looking for the information on it. So for the past hour, we've had questions answered, wisdom shared, and insights which have been worded and conveyed like a true statesman. I want to bring this one out because there have been instances in which we have the citizenry unable to tell the difference between a politician and a statesman. They think pagka po politiko ay para-pareho lang po sila. No, that's not true. Okay. So we have right here an example of a statesman. You heard him speak for this past hour. Okay. He's also given us peace of mind and a renewed sense of hope. Maraming pong salamat ulit, Mayor. So we proceed with the awarding of the e-certificate. So the Certificate of Appreciation from Far Eastern University Academic Affairs Office is awarded to Mayor Francisco Moreno Damagoso for his valuable contribution as speaker during the 2020 pandemic, responses, situationers, and forecasts with the theme Local Government Response to the Pandemic, given this 10th day of February 2021 at Far Eastern University, Manila. Signed, Dr. Mirna P. Quinto, Vice President for Academic Development, and Dr. Maria Teresa Trinidad Pitino, Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. Thank you po, Mayor.
Thank you, ha? Thank you sa inyo. Nagsasagot ako ng ilang chat nyo. Try to address as many as possible. Thank you sa inyo. At mag-iingat kayo. At nga pala, panguli na lang, nakalimutan ko.
Thank you po.
Diyan,
Thank you po.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you po, Mayor.
Malakas, Mayor. Malakas.
Happy Valentine's, Yorme!
Happy
Okay.
Valentine's
Yorme lang
Mayor.
po
May panahon kayo.
Happy Valentine's, Mayor.
You can drop by sa Maynila.
Ladies and gentlemen, our mayor is trying to say something.
Free.
Sorry, can we please get that again, sir?
Pag may time kayo, you can drop by at Mayhan Garden, February 1 to 15. Meron tayo doon yung para madala nyo man lang yung mga mahal nyo sa buhay, asawa nyo, o lolo't lola nyo, o kayo mga magjowa, o may syota, nobya, o yung wala pa naman, marami kayo makikita roon.
Those in situationship, you're free to also go there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oo,
Treat yourselves.
everybody's welcome. This is an avenue of releasing some pressure in the pressure oven or cooking pressure cooker. Mag-aliwalas man lang, no? Mamura diyan at walang bayad yung pagpasok. Ayun lang sa Maynila sa Mayhan Garden. And I love you all also, yung mga nag-I love you. Mag-ingat kayo.
And to give us a few final thoughts, we have the Dean OIC of Institute of Accounts, Business and Finance, Mr. Earl Joseph Bergonia.
Hi, Yorme, Mayor.
Hi, Earl.
Magandang hapon, and to all who attended this afternoon's talk. Maraming salamat. You know, it's really an honor for me to be giving these closing remarks. I know we have been given the privilege to listen to a very amazing man, and it's a privilege for me to even just see you virtually, because I know you have done a lot in transforming Manila into what it is now. A cleaner, nicer, and safer, and soon enough to become a smart city. So the pandemic has really been very challenging for all the leaders in the Philippines and all over the world. And we are so thankful for knowing someone who has been working so hard 24/7. Thank you for sharing the things that the City of Manila has been doing, and for sharing to us the crisis management style that you have put up, the engagement of the citizens, the programs that you have, and thank you for opening also the doors of Manila for those who are non-residents in taking part of the programs that you have. Maraming salamat po. At kami po'y nagagalak na sabihin sa inyo na kami natutuwa, because now we enjoy a place where kung ano po yung makikita nyo sa FEU, especially the background, that's why I use that as my background. Ganyan po rin ang aming pagtingin sa malaking transformasyon na nagawa ninyo sa City of Manila. Well, I know you have done other projects like yung launching of the smart city platform called Go Manila.
Go Manila.
Yeah, and the manila.staysafe.ph.
Yes, now it's a countrywide.
Thank you for spearheading and for initiating this kind of programs, because I know that the great things that you have done in Manila can also be done all over the country. And that may be the things that the students are seeing, that if you can do great things in Manila, you can do greater things for the country. So that siguro was the inspiration of why a student has to ask a very important questions that they need to know the answer. But well, we respect whatever decision that you have made, but you have put a kind of leadership that has been well received, can be described as a potent combination of strategy and character. You know, what is so amazing about the kind of leadership that you have is that you put a sense of humor, and a sense of humor that has become a part of the that you are at the helm of the City of Manila, because we know that you have been working so hard to make it a better place for all of us. I was born in Manila, and I get to enjoy the things that I'm seeing now, and I'm very thankful. At sa siguro po sa lahat po ng nakikinabang sa mga kapakanan na nakikita namin ngayon, taos puso kaming nagpapasalamat sa inyo. And on behalf of the management of FEU, we'd like to extend our sincerest gratitude for gracing the 93rd founding anniversary celebration of the Far Eastern University. I know this is your second or third time already, but we would like to see more of you. So Mayor, maraming salamat. I know that you have a great vision for Manila, and we share it with you and to all the hundreds of students who came to listen, and all of them, I think, were inspired with what you have shared with them, and just knowing the kind of life story that you have made a great impact in the lives of these students, because now they can dream big and they are inspired of what you have shown them, that everything and anything is possible. And we have seen the kind of example that you have put up in your leadership. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Well, I know. Yeah, thank you very much. The urban management and the transformation that you have done to Manila may be considered as aesthetic and maybe technical, but it takes a lot of passion, conviction, maybe politics, as well as informed, inclusive, and good decision-making skills that we have witnessed under your leadership. So with that, I'd like to say again, Mayor, thank you. I am a fan, especially of your Iskonari. So I know a lot of words, but would like to have you back. Balik balik ka lang, Mayor, and I hope you make yourself available, because you inspire a lot of our students and a lot of people from Manila. So Mayor, we want to give you this, siguro, I don't know, thank you is just an understatement, but we are praying that God will bless you with a good health, a long life, so that you can do greater things, more for Metro Manila and more for the country. So maraming salamat po, at God bless po. And to all of you, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank you, Mayor.
For yung mga good words. Thank you, Dean. Basta, huwag kayong mag-alala. Lelek ba ako todits? Wala naman tos gastoits eh. Laway-laway lang.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Ingat kayo.
Thank you
po.
Thank you for that, Dean Bergonia.
Thank you.
So-
Thank you very much.
To the student audiences,
Kung si
attention
Pasay,
please.
Mayor.
Okay.
Kung Pachoy.
To the student student audiences here, please be advised that the evaluation form link is now up. Just like the previous lectures you've attended, the link is only going to be up for a good 30 minutes. So if you miss that chance, you won't be able to answer it, and this won't be counted for the flare points. Okay, so get to it. Best to get to it soon as you can. So once again, I'm your host, Dominic Gintado, and this has been Local Government Response to the Pandemic with Mayor Isko Moreno, reminding everyone to stay safe and to be brave. Thank you and have a good day. Maraming salamat po, Yorme.
Thank you.
Yorme,
Ma'am
paingat,
Dominic.
Neb. Thank you po, Yorme.
Thank
Neb, Mayor.
Yorme.
Thank you, Mayor. I love you.
Mayor.
Thank you po, Mayor. Happy Valentine. Thank you po, Mayor.
Thank you po.